Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Ironheart Tomb of Annihilation, where nerds and creatives play Dungeons and Dragons. I am Zach, the GM for our ongoing Tomb of Annihilation campaign. Thank you so freaking much for joining us on our debut session. I am a GM for hire. You can visit my artist page at nerdcrafty.com for more information. And I am joined by my best friends tonight. I've got Weston with me. Weston, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what characters you'll be playing and where we can find out more about you.
I'm Weston Lee Ball. You can find me at Lava Submersible on TikTok and on Instagram. I'm going to be playing Pip, Charin, Dagon, and Christ. Not all of those tonight, hopefully. And Shane, why don't you take it from here, buddy?
This is Shane. The handle is BioOutbreak. I'm playing the Wizard AFK for this session. And that's enough about me. Ron, why don't you take over from here?
Hey, my name is Ronnie, and I'll be playing the character of Bluegill Billy. You can find my art page, MS Paint Trash, on Instagram and Facebook. Check it out. Hey, Sean, how about you go?
Hi, I'm Sean. Don't have much of a social media plug for myself, but I'm going to be playing Bjorn and Lieutenant Rel, and I will have Matt go ahead and take over.
Hi, Matt here. I typically play the cleric Ragorok and newest edition Parashar, and they sometimes call me the wild card. I don't know what they're talking about though. Ryan, off to you.
Thanks, Matt. I'm Ryan. I will be playing Julian Alvari tonight, the party's fighter and noted sea captain. You can find me on Twitter at Apathy Jedi. And I have an OnlyFans pending if you want to see some really sweet feet pics. I don't have anything up yet, though. Someday.
Tempt me.
So tonight's session is pre-recorded, but we'll be going live soon. So please feel free to chat with us tonight and in the Twitch chat, or even drop us a line at IronheartS at Nerdcrafty.com. We've also got some podcasts up there and lots of other cool stuff. So, yeah, tonight we're going to be jumping into our Tomb of Annihilation campaign. It's been ongoing for at least a year. I've actually smashed 2 different groups together. One of them was like level 3 and 4. The other level 10 to 13, so it's going to be an absolute blast. It is loosely based in the what was the Midgard campaign book from Kobold Press. I have of course taken my own creative liberties with that, and we're going to let you kind of discover it at the same time as us as we improvise. So we'll get a nice little intro video for you to watch, help familiarize yourself with our campaign and our theme and tone, and then we'll just play.
Life is undone. The magic of revival stripped away. An ancient evil whispers its revenge from the deepest jungles of Chult. Take those with an iron heart to face what lies within the Tomb of Annihilation. Bjorn Thunderfoot, founder of the IronheartS, Inta, hailing from the Northland's icy frontier.
I did not dream. This is Archie told me to go meet a woman named Syndra.
Pip Porowski, bard of the Brevi Art movement, was raised in Zobek at the metropolitan crossroads of trade and civilization.
That sounds like something we'd love to help you with. Mushari, consider yourself hired.
Anita Kanami, Donpin, Kainshin Potokai, navigator to the Dark Messenger, valedictorian of Bemia's Academy of the Arcane Arts.
I have teleport circle. They said anywhere but here. I can get you anywhere that's not here.
Raggle Rock, cleric to Chain Deep, is an old dragonborn who has become a gnome in the name of God and good.
She would make us get the eye and then kill us before we come back. I believe all my heart.
Sergeant Bluegill Billy of the Port Nyanzaru Authority is a native Batra born and raised by the Bluegills tribe of Chult.
I think I could raise Chompy. Easy B.
Captain Julian Alvari, the bloody mess of the Dark Messenger.
So if a 2 is a goat, then we need 10 goats? We don't have 10 goats. I'm sure.
What this whispered one lies at the heart of the death curse? And who will return from its soul? When the Ironhearts of Midgard delve into the Tomb of Annihilation.
Ironhearts in Chult. Your defense and evacuation of the city is well underway. And the world is ending around you. Waves of undead have halted their attacks as a lone figure approached from the jungles of the gate at Malar's throat, a woman riding on the back of a zombified Tyrannosaurus. She announced herself as Fenthaza, and she offered sanctuary to those that followed her into the jungles. A huge firework in the image of the Thieves Guild lit up in the sky as the ley lines of Midgard ceased to exist and the death curse ramped up. All around you is terror. Women, children screaming, people being struck by rainbow lightning. And as the lightning strikes the ground, it is terramorphed into a different landscape. What appears to be the Shadowfell is becoming your new reality. The sun is no longer its giant red blazing haze and is now a small pink dot in the distance. You can feel the senses of your other fated characters, and you are joined by Grandfather Zitembe, the priestess Anit, the priestess Undril of the Order of the Gauntlet, Musharib, the albino dwarf guide to Chult, Chompy, the Dimetrodon, and Devin, your Triceratops. Nyanzaru is at the center of the end of the world. You've already begun some evacuation procedures. AFK was able to get Wakanga's closest friends and family into a teleportation circle that took them off to Bemia, the city of magic that they've never even been to or heard of. You've gotten some innocents towards the docks as you make your way to your ship, the Dark Messenger. And what would you like to do?
I'm on a boat.
Well, real me would be shitting his pants, but I like to think Julian would be a little bit more collected. And it's probably shepherding as many refugees as he can onto the messenger.
Yeah, you guys can recall that Wakanga is with you, and he said, we have our yachts at the docks. We could follow the coastline to Bulwarian, or we raid your canoe supply and make way for Camp Righteous. I fear for Nyanzaru, the worst is yet to come.
The Lorian seems a little bit more defensible, so I think we should probably head there.
Yeah, I would love to go to Fort Balorian.
Yeah, that seems like the best choice for the moment. Let's get out of here.
Aye, Captain.
I forget, was I picked up off the boat? I seem to remember a flying dinosaur that was losing altitude as it was coming to try and rescue me.
Anyone else remember that?
You can't rely on my memory for anything, man.
Well,
I don't
if
recall
my
that,
memory
Matt.
serves correct, what we were doing was we were flying on our Triceratops. And we had as many people as we could
Thank
fit on
you.
top of it. And everything seemed to be going just fine. We got all the way back to the docks. Matt, I think you joined us on the ground. I don't think you have any. You might be still on Devon, but he's shrunk back down to normal size. And actually, you're definitely not on Devon because I was riding Devon to go find someone who had taken off on one small paddle boat and bring them back to the shore, if I'm not mistaken. So that's when Devon shrunk back down to normal size, and we then found our way back to the docks.
So
Yes,
I'm with the group. Got it.
Yeah, the spells that you had cast on your Triceratops have ended. Their duration has ended. But thank you. I did forget that.
Yeah, and last
Right,
I
so-
remember, what was his name? Your sloth guy, floating out to sea.
That's what I remember too, but apparently I was picked up and rescued, and it seems I'm with the group now.
I think for the start
Whoa.
of this session, we'll have you guys together at the docks.
That works.
All right, we're all putting in our 2 bits for where to go. Parshar is going to chime in. I'd like to go where there are trees.
Well, you're in luck.
And-
Chult's full of them.
And
Trees are
as you
good.
guys are speaking, the lightnings continues to strike all around you. And you see out in the Bay of Chult where a lightning strike hits the water and immediately turns it to ice. Spires like knives go shooting up and icebergs begin forming. You can see hundreds of people are already trying to escape Nyanzaru, but the storm has already made the waters unnavigable, and lightning is now striking the water and turning it to ice. You can see people frozen in screams that have been stopped as the landscape is transforming around you guys.
Might be time to pack up the Dark Messenger and get somewhere on foot.
Oh shit, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna get everybody off the messenger if the water is totally unnavigable. Yeah. Everybody out. I'm gonna get the first mate, and I guess the first mate was actually second mate. Yeah, we're getting the second mate. He's gonna figure it out.
You can see the ships that aren't being turned into ice are capsizing just from the chaos of the storm. Claudius is waving from the Dark Messenger. Captain, what the fuck do we do?
Get off the ship. We're gonna take it into the jungle with us. We're gonna proceed on foot.
Lad! You heard the captain. Get the hell off this ship! So Claudius, your air elemental, second in command on the ship, immediately begins herding your 20 or so crewmen off of the Dark Messenger as it's being shaken and tipping in the docks. You guys can still see that airship that's tied to the docks. You can see its long chain is losing slack and then gaining slack as the airship moves to and fro. The fireworks that went off have since disappeared, and there's just massive panic all around you.
All right. As soon as everyone's off the ship, Julian's gonna murmur "yub yub" and return the Dark Messenger to the bottle that he found it in, with the contents of the ship, the cargo, all presumably just spilling out into the water.
All cargo that wasn't as originally part of the magic ship's abilities would indeed be expelled. So you see just a couple of like backpacks and crates, because Claudius did purchase for you some rain catchers, some incense. You can see a couple healing potions floating in the water. And Claudius, his cigar falls out of his mouth.
Well, that's not good. Can I try and grab him for the sink?
How?
If the ships are all capsizing, I doubt you're any more seaworthy than they are.
I got Bigsby's hand, damn it!
Hell of a swimmer. Wait, it's ice water.
You say you've got a magical solution to this?
Yeah, I'm trying Bigsby's hand on this shit if I can. Shit.
By all means, shit.
How the hell else are we going to survive the goddamn jungle?
So Pip, if you're going to cast the spell, you can post it in chat. And if you're casting it at 5th level or higher, you gain a point of exhaustion.
Ain't that just the way?
So Pip, how do you manifest your hand?
Well, you know me. I'm painting it, my friend. I got the water going down real quick, instant speed. Then I got that hand going straight in. I'm using a palette knife to use the rough side of it to bring the strokes down instantly. And you see the hand just almost appear before you with this masterful moves of my palette knife.
So you can roll let's do a spell cast, like a spell attack. And that should be on the magic tab of your character sheet. You should see what your bonus is for that. It's going to be your charisma plus your proficiency. And that'll determine how well you're able to use the grasping hand of Bigby's hand. And what are you after primarily?
I'm trying to grab the backpacks.
Okay.
Okay. Now I don't see quite what you're what I'm supposed to be looking for.
Oh, okay. Let me see. So your spell attack bonus is 8, the top right spell. So you can roll a d20 plus 8.
There we go. All right. That's 21 total.
Yeah, you get the backpacks and you get 3 healing potions. So of the in the Claudius's shopping list handout, you retrieved 3 of 5 of the healing potions, and you got all the incense and rain catchers.
All right, friends. Well, I can't carry none of that. I got too much stuff as it is. So, anyone want to carry this for me? After I've done such a nice thing.
Throw it in the snake's mouth.
Throw it in the snake's mouth. You would be surprised how many times I heard that in my life. Oh dear.
How far away are the objects?
They are right up to the dock. They were ejected from the ship.
And I've got my hand. I'm bringing it, or I've got the hand. I'm drawing it over to the party, so it'll drop right in front of you.
How much is left?
There are 2 healing potions floating in the water as the water crashes against the docks.
Not worth it.
Gathered around you, Musharib, Undril, and Anit, everyone's looking at you with wide eyes. What do we do?
All right, everybody, what we got to do is we got to make sure everybody gets out of here safe as we can, as many people we can save. So let's try and organize these these people. They're all trying to rush out of here. They're going to end up stuck in the water.
Little ones, I will help you to the forest.
Come with
Well,
me.
the forest is a good idea. Maybe somewhere we can take shelter, ride out the storm.
We can still make it to Fort Balwarian.
No.
It'll be a longer trek
Forest.
on foot, but
I think that's the best course of action. Trying to make it to Fort Balwarian or anywhere safe from here. On foot, I guess, as necessary. We'll get on the Dark Messenger as soon as we can.
the path to Fort Balwarian leads along the coastline, so we may yet be able to take the messenger out. Claudius, organize these civilians and get them out of the city in an orderly fashion.
Aye, aye, Captain. We got 3 exits. Millar's Throat, Old Town, Tiriki Anchorage. Looks like the bitch on the T-Rex left through Millar's Throat.
We probably don't want to feed them to her, so let's take Old Town.
There's canoe access from Old Town. We'll do it.
Perfect.
Got a canoe.
All right, you lot. Follow me if you want to live. He lights up another cigar, and you can see the innocents of Nyanzaru, up to 100 that you guys have gathered, are looking to Claudius as he kind of steps up. We're going out through Old Town. Let's go. Orderly fashion, people. A lightning bolt strikes behind him and forms an iceberg. On the double. You guys can see Red Zeppi and Kid and the rest of your crew trying to corral these people as they go through the terramorphing streets of Nyanzaru.
We better take point in case they meet some resistance. Hey, lads?
Cap,
I
would
will
sure
go up
appreciate it.
front.
I'm behind the 2 strong people.
You don't have to ask me twice.
As you guys are corralling the people and taking point, another lightning bolt hits directly onto Claudius. He stretches up into the sky like a painting on silk being stretched. He becomes 2-dimensional and then disappears entirely.
Oh, that's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God, Claudius!
No.
His cigar falls to the
I
ground.
liked him.
Everybody keep moving!
Nobody panic. Keep moving in an orderly fashion. We exit out Old
Are there
Town.
ashes left over?
Julian spares a glance up at the sky for his departed crewman, lamenting the lazy old drunk, but, you know, in death, yeah, he died doing good stuff. Good for Claudius.
Are there ashes?
You know, Captain, he might still be alive.
AFK, I always approve of your reckless optimism, even in the
Parashar
face
slowly.
of evidence to the contrary.
Parashar slowly
Can I
hands
just
between
do the first
AFK and what just happened.
I'm
What'd
sorry,
you say,
again?
Matt?
Parashar slowly looks at AFK at what she just said, and then looks at what is the result of the lightning bolt, and then just looks back at her.
Does this mean That the opening for first mate is open.
We'll be doing tryouts as soon as we have a ship again. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, come on, Chompy.
Chompy runs right in front of you, Billy, giving you the opportunity to saddle up.
And we can probably load any children or elderly folks onto Devin, who is capable of a fairly heavy load of people.
I'll keep my eye out, Captain. Make sure anybody finds them.
Buck up, Chompy. I'm riding you into the sunset.
Chompy takes point from the small crowd that you guys have gathered. You can see people helping each other up onto Devin the Triceratops as he drools in front of you, Julian.
Just like the good boy he is.
You guys get these people somewhat gathered and headed towards Old Town. You can see there is some panic among them, and a few actually dart off into homes trying to find shelter there.
I mean, you know, I don't know if they're just going off on their own, like, we can recommend against it, but that's what they're wont to do.
Oh, we gotta save them.
You damn fools, the city's not long for this world.
You're gonna die.
I know you're scared, everybody, but have courage, have faith. We will make it. We will make it out of here alive.
Billy, you can do an intimidation roll from your skill check list, and Pip, you can do a persuasion roll.
Oh, damn, that's a persuasive ass Pip.
I do my best, Captain.
Billy, when you say you're gonna die, you do see a kid look at you with frightened eyes and go running back to Devin the Triceratops. And Pip, you can see a small crowd kind of listening to the words that you say. But you just lost the first mate.
We might lose a few more if you don't get it moving. We gotta have courage, y'all. It might be terrifying, but I can assure you, undeath is much worse.
And from a nearby ravine where water trickles out, a little trapdoor opens, and a man in black cloak and roguish attire yells out in thieves' cant. Charin, you're able to translate, so I'll send you a whisper.
Okay.
And then he yells out in common, "Those of you that want to live, follow me!" And Weston, you should see the whisper. It looks like they're all looking to you, IronheartS. They're not familiar with this stranger who just popped out of a sewer. And Charin is in a dazed state, but he is able to, but Pip is able to glean the translation.
Right. We have a psychic link now.
Normally, it will cost you a hit dice to share senses, but as the remaining ley line magic is in effect, Charin is able to translate, and then Pip, you actually hear the translation.
Yeah, he like looks up at Charin in his like disheveled state. I imagine Pip's carrying him along. Kind of looks up at Pip and grabs him. Just kind of looks him in the eyes, and Pip just gets it immediately. All right, everybody. It looks like this gentleman wants to give us a hand, but he's going to ask a price for it probably later. Make a quick decision.
Init, Zatembe, and Undril all shake their heads. You cannot trust the Thieves Guild. They are always one step forward and 3 steps back. Their methods, they will do anything.
I might disagree with you, but you are the leaders of the city, and if these people are going to be helped by anyone, it's going to be you, so I'm with you guys.
Wakanga steps in. Sometimes the Thieves Guild is a necessary evil.
God damn it, Wakanga. You're making simple decisions complicated. Everybody else want to weigh in.
Julian knows. Oh, sorry, what was that, Shay?
What is the cost of your life? I think you should take their help.
AFK would just say,
Well, Julian spent most of his formative years as a fucking pirate, so he's pretty used to people who, will do whatever it takes, and as such, he knows the Thieves Guild probably knows the best ways out of the city, so. Aye, you lot, follow him. We'll take up a rear guard, gents.
You got it, Kip.
And AFK.
Never be working with a thief.
What?
What does AFK say? I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch it either. I didn't hear what Ryan said.
Oh, I said, you lot with them. Come on, gents, we'll take up a rear guard and AFK, because, AFK's lack of gentlemanliness.
Oh, I see, okay.
So you can see a few of the people begin bottlenecking at this sewer entrance. It's only 1 or 2 people can go in at a time as the thief stands there and holds up the trapdoor that he came from, and the people begin bottlenecking, screaming. You can see some people getting trampled.
I'd like to not have them get trampled, so I'm going to jump in if I can, make sure I'm helping anyone up. Playing by Mosh Pit rules.
Yeah, Bluegill Billy is, he respects the pit.
Yep. The Burvy art movement's known to have a couple punks in it.
And Chompy's on fetch duty as he starts picking up anyone that's been dropped and bites them and lifts them up.
Using my tongue to grab people.
Yeah. So with a couple of Ironhearts on crowd control, you can see it's going to take a few minutes for all of you to get underneath the city. So a few minutes go by. Let's see.
If at all possible, I'd have Lieutenant Rel kind of like maybe looking at the sky to try and predict if lightning will try and strike anybody in the crowd. And
yep, and as soon as you look up, Lieutenant Rel, you can see a lightning building, some flashes of rainbow light behind the clouds, and it's almost supernatural. You guess where a lightning will strike, and you have only a moment to act. You can see where it's going to strike a small group of this line. What do you do?
Give me 1 second.
You may not have it.
I will try and toss a rock in the air and do my Conjure Barrage to create kind of like a blanket of rocks above the crowd.
Like a countermeasure.
Yeah.
So you can post the spell in chat for me, please. If it is of 5th level or higher, you take a point of exhaustion.
3rd level spell.
Okay. The rocks and black Shadowfell rock that the ground has turned into, you are able to conjure a barrage just in time as rainbow lightning strikes right where the middle of the line was and then is dispersed among the debris. There's a flash of light, and for a brief second, everyone within that barrage switches places with each other. And then the second is over and they're back to their normal positions. All around the line, where those rocks were, black fires shoot up.
Bro, that was terrifying.
You guys are able to get the people into the sewers. What are the rest of you doing? You can see Wakanga has already gone down with the others, but Zatembe, Undril, Anit, and the rest of you, and the thief who opened the trapdoor are still outside. He waves to let motions for the rest of you to join.
I mean, we're joining. Well, that's what Julian intends to do anyway. And he's going to command the remains of his crew to do the same.
Yeah, I'll be the last
Arshar
to go
will
down.
be lowering people down as best he can. He has 10-foot arms, so he's going to be lowering people down.
Captain's the last one out, so...
So, Lieutenant Rel and Captain Julian, the unknown thief, and Zatembe are at the entrance. And Zatembe looks at you all and he says, "I'm afraid this is goodbye. I will never trust the Thieves Guild. I cannot leave this way."
Any? Are you coming?
She's already down there.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. It's everyone but Zatembe.
Zatembe, wish you the best.
Zatembe,
I hope that we see you again.
you don't have to trust the Thieves Guild, Zatembe. You can trust us. We will make sure you get out of the next. You get out to Fort Bulwarian alive.
Yeah, I'm the biggest bootlicker of them all, and I'm doing this.
My place must be with the city. I will never follow them. I'll stay here and do the best I can for those that remain. He puts a hand on you, Pip. Thank you for trying. And he instills a divine blessing.
Well, I wish there was something I could do for you, Zatembe. I hope you. I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you for all of your help. Without you, we would be lost.
Arshar pats him on the head. Goodbye, forest creature.
See you later, scumbag.
Zatembe nods and runs off into the streets. As you guys, I assume the rest of you make your way down into the sewers.
Yep.
Yeah,
Correct.
Julian's gonna jump down last, using the power of his sword to slow his fall. Gonna do a flourish with Raven Wing and make his way down to the bottom of the sewer safely without having to rely on anyone with 10-foot arms to carry him, because it's very undignified for, a sea captain to be tickled by long-armed weirdos.
Julian, you're the last to leave, aside from the thief who is shutting the trap door behind you. You can make a perception check as you get one last look at the sky. You don't
That's
see
a shitty
anything.
perception check.
And neither does the thief. As the trap door shuts and you're surrounded in darkness, outside you can hear from the sky a terrible bestial scream.
Har har, it sounds like he mother. Har har har.
My Lord in heavens, what the hell was that shit?
You guys are now surrounded in darkness. There are hushed whispers from all of the innocents. You're in a long line of people, congregated in this long hallway. Everyone's pushed together like you're in the subway. And you're just shoulder to shoulder with people. Everyone's running out of air as you guys slowly make your way down this tunnel.
All right, so the thief doesn't light a torch or anything, I take it?
I was just setting the scene. Behind
okay,
you, the thief does animate some dancing lights in front of him, but he's at the back, and he introduces himself to you, Julian. This is Chumba.
Chumba, pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Now let's get these people to safety.
The price first. And he holds out an empty hand.
Julian,
if we don't pay,
I just want to jump in here if I may.
By all means, you've been making a great case for yourself as first mate.
Thank you. I wasn't trying, but thank you. Sorry, you said it was, what was that? I didn't quite catch that, my friend.
I am Chumba, and I demand a toll.
Chumba, you would understand if I suggested we withhold payment until we have all these people to safety, considering the circumstances of all. Wouldn't you? You would understand, right? No hard feelings.
And you would understand that I don't care about these people or you.
All right. Well, it makes you more suspicious, but that's just me. What do you want?
How about I break his legs?
That won't be
Okay.
necessary, Billy.
And Parashar lifts his big hand and puts it over his hand, and then he pulls his hand away, and then there's a pile of dirt where his hand was.
Oh ho ho! This isn't Waterworld. You can't pay people in dirt.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You just give them some dirt for payment.
Yeah,
Yo.
this guy's mind's been rotting in a forest for the past, I don't know, hundreds of years, so...
I I just
You're,
real
so you're
quick.
saying
Are we?
it's fine here.
Is Devin and Billy with us?
Devin the Triceratops won't fit, but Chompy is with you.
Oh no, did we leave Devin up there? Oh no.
I wish someone would have told me. I could have made him into something smaller.
There's
Or-
still time. It's a fact I forgot to bring up with you.
Don't we have the flask to kind of pokeball him?
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Get up there and save Devin.
Who's the fastest? You go.
We don't. You guys don't
Uh,
have to go. You don't have to go back up. We can do a little retro because I neglected to mention that Devin won't fit.
Okay.
Oh, then we're definitely pokeballing Devin.
Yeah, we already have an
there-
easy answer.
Is the flask empty?
Who has the flask?
I think it.
I think it
Wouldn't
was
it?
Raggle.
I thought it was Raggle too. Okay.
Yeah, and it was empty because we released that demon from it.
Whoopsie.
Ooh.
Yeah. According to my notes, I don't hear that anyone's currently in it. So Devin the Triceratops gets pokeballed into the iron flask as you guys make your way down the sewers.
Oh, thank God.
Truly the best Pokemon. Either way, I doubt this thief is going to take a pile of dirt. Well-intentioned though it was. What
mean,
is your price? Name it.
Actually, point of order. If you want to use the flask, it was last on Raggle Rock, who was last teleported, and Pashar took his place.
Okay.
So if you want to use the flask, Pashar will have to expend 1 hit die, because that's using one of your other character's powers or abilities.
Wait, he has the
That-
flask? Raggle?
Yep. According to the party.
Oh.
Yeah, that
Well-
was everyone's last memory of it.
No
Of where it
problem
was.
then. I will expend the hit die. Let me do that.
Thank you.
So Pashar, everyone's saying, where's the flask? Where's the flask? Raggle Rock, wherever he is, uses this power to manifest the flask into Pashar's hand.
Bashar is oblivious to the flask.
And Matt, I will whisper to you your brief shared senses with Raggle, so only you will see this whisper about what Raggle sees around him.
Well, we're waiting.
There you go.
There it is.
So as Devin the Triceratops is pokeballed, you guys are still within the sewer, and Chumba drops the mound of dirt and holds it open again. Try again.
Name your price. Keep in mind, I'm a diamonds.
That reminds me, Captain, our girl's best friend.
Well, have you got any on you? Or are you friendless?
Is there forest on the other side of this tunnel, or anywhere on the other side of this?
Chumba says, the sewers will lead you anywhere you want to go. The Thieves Guild has used them for a long time.
Would I be able to use my forest striders or my foresting? I'm a ranger, so I can literally sense the forest. Can I use that to just Hey, that way to go to the forest.
You can, but there's 100 people side to side in front of you, and the tunnel's not a straight line. Everything's,
Kind of big.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But you do have a wayfinder that is, so to speak, that is pointing in the southwest direction.
Okay.
Above you, you can hear the cry of something enormous. The ground shakes.
I will say to the group, I can feel the forest that way, and I'll point.
Good. Then this Chumba can name his price, or I'll tickle his insides with my saber.
A diamond.
Right, he did say that. No one.
Yeah, we ain't got a diamond. We just used a diamond. We don't have a diamond. What do you want? This fucking guy.
I know.
Then do we move on to the inside tickling? Or did you have an alternative?
Captain, I'm
Spell roll.
Oh my god.
Captain. I do have this
Raggle
little
has
bit
a
of
diamond.
I heard AFK with a ray of hope.
Yes, I have a small bag of sand.
Delightful.
Raggle
This is why
has
Pip's
diamond.
first in the running for first mate.
I haven't looked at it yet, but I thought, what if it's full of really, really, really small diamonds?
Wakanga approaches you guys, and you can see him ruffling into his pockets, and he goes to pull out a diamond, and it falls onto the ground in the crowd of people, shoulder to shoulder.
Can I dance a light over there so we can find it?
I'll have Amatzen snake his way over to where it was and try and eat it.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like trying to get your shoe out of a mosh pit at this point. So the snake will make an attempt. Why don't you do just a D20 roll, Sean, for your for Amatzen? He gets stepped on. What's his HP?
Let me go find out. Oh, for some reason it doesn't show it on this. Weird.
Long arm Parshar
I know it's
can
quite
reach
a
for
lot.
it. This huge, long, lanky arm with vines growing out of it can reach down.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, that roll like
Rolling.
tickles him.
Yep. So he gets stomped and squished and dies.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
I thought you said that kills him.
No. It tickles him.
Ah,
Like,
tickles
it barely,
him. Okay.
It barely
then
does
he's
anything.
tickled.
That's very different. Tickling and death are extremely different phenomena.
You could tickle someone to death.
He's on his way there.
My mom sure as hell tried.
Pashar, a gleam of diamond catches your eye. You reach for it. Make a strength athletics check. The crowd of people is getting a little bit panicky and running out of air. You come up short your first couple of attempts, Pushar, but eventually on your third attempt, you are able to retrieve it. This has taken a bit of time, and you can hear the people losing their cool all around you as you hand the diamond to Chuba.
Pip notices the tension in the room and seeks to is trying to maybe try and alleviate some of that. And he's like, everybody, check this out. Now I know it's a pretty stressful moment, but we're safe now. We're gonna get us all out of here in a second. Just keep calm. Now we're gonna be here just a moment, but I want you to check this out. And I cast dancing lights, so I get a little bit of light in front of me, and I grab a big sheet of canvas from out in my robes, and I start, I kind of put it out in front of me, I start painting on it, and kind of like everybody in the, I start painting the scene around us, everybody in this tunnel, but instead of like this dank, nasty, like sandy, wet hole, it's like this wonderful, comfy, cozy place. Everyone's smiling and rosy-cheeked and has drinks in their hand, and it's like a party. You know, it's much more friendly atmosphere. And Pip's kind of just telling everyone a story. You know, and this is when you over there, you think that girl over there is pretty cute, don't you? And he's painting it, and he's kind of like, yeah.
So go ahead and roll a d20 and add 8 to the roll. The guy that you called out, he's like, dude, not cool. But everyone else is calming down. And
sorry, buddy.
And you guys see Toomba walk up to the ceiling. So he's just standing upside down, and he walks past all the people towards the front.
All right, y'all. Looks like we're getting out of here.
So you guys are in this little tunnel, and he runs to the front and starts leading the crowd. You guys are moving, you know, in small steps because it's so congested. Above you, you can still hear the chaos, and you can hear as something gargantuan. It sounds like footsteps.
For sure will comment about the man who just walked on the ceiling. That was a Batman.
Something like that.
So you guys continue through the sewer system, and Pashar, you can tell that you guys are moving towards the forest in a southwest direction, and you get to a crossroads that's within the sewer system, a T section that opens out, and you can see numerous levers and water mills, dams are being used to divert the sewer water. Some of it's going back out. Some of it's being used to actually provide electricity and energy for some of the functions of the city. And Toomba has gathered, is going to every individual person with a bag of holding and demanding a contribution for saving their lives. So he's just going one to one, counting the people. It seemed like there were 100 down here, so some people are filled out into some of these access ways. There's 4 of them, and you came from 1, so there's a lot of people, and he's just trying to get to every single one. And you can see some people saying thank you and giving him gold and silver, little talismans. People are crying and rejoicing. You have a small amount of respite here.
As he's doing that, how much is he asking for, or is he just asking for a small portion?
He's asking for whatever people can give, but he doesn't want to rob them of all their belongings. It's like the way the church would put it.
Okay. I try to get his attention.
You mean it's how Raggle Rock would put it?
I didn't say that.
No, because Raggle would try to rob them blind.
Yeah.
Archar feels an offended feeling in his head.
Yeah, I try to grab his attention and ask if he could pay everybody's portion.
Whose? Who's it?
Lieutenant Rel tries to pay for everybody in the tunnel.
So Chumba looks at you. You want to pay for all of these people?
Yes, sir.
How much do you have?
I'll give you 100 gold.
Make a persuasion check as Lieutenant Rel.
AFK walks by and drops the little bag of sand into the bag of hold.
He reaches in
Oof.
and pulls it out and drops it.
AFK does the what's that spell called?
Mage hand.
Mage hand, yeah. Pick it back up.
And do what with it?
Put it back in the inventory.
Okay. Your inventory?
Yep.
Okay. As you're doing that, Chumba looks at you, Lieutenant Rel. 200 gold.
And then you hear AFK in the distance. Tell him 100 gold and a bag of sand.
Done.
There's not even 200 people down here, for crying out loud.
Chumba
This guy
takes
needs
the
inside tickled.
Chumba takes the 200 gold offer and stops going amongst the crowd. All of you, calm down. This will be a safe place for now. I will return with food and bedrolls. You will be able to make a shelter here. And he turns towards the access way that is heading in a northeast direction, which is where you guys came from. And he starts making his exit.
Well, we should probably go with him. I super don't trust this guy.
Yeah, IronheartS, I think we ought to just follow our new friend and his great sense of direction back out to the forest. Leave these people, hopefully in the relative care of this man. Let them. They're alive. We did what we could do. Maybe we move on though.
Yeah,
Archar
Yeah,
has
I
never.
also don't trust him.
Parshar has not stopped pointing in the direction of the forest.
We should follow him, and if he betrays us, then we'll break his legs.
I worry that they're not alone down here, and if we start fighting them, we might get maybe thieves gilded into being unalive.
There's nothing more than I hate than law-breaking, stinking.
I understand your sentiment, but there are bigger fish to fry here.
Captain Rel, you fish?
Wakanga steps up to you guys. I will look after these people. I have some spell casting abilities myself. Hopefully I can be of assistance if it's needed.
You continue to keep these people safe. We're gonna try to stop this nightmare from continuing.
Yeah, we're gonna, save the world.
Wakanga produces from his own Chultan bag of holding a small geometric gem. It's multifaceted, it has 100 different angles to it, but it is perfectly symmetrical. So like a D20, it's like a D100. and he hands it to you, Lieutenant Rel. This is my personal sending stone. We can keep in communication so long as you remain in Chult.
Wakanga, do you think it'll be all right if I leave Charin here with you? Maybe he'll be able to give you help if you need, but also I'm quite worried about his health, and if we try and make it all the way to Port Bolori and dragging him along, it might not be we might not be able to get there as fast as we would like to. And ultimately, more time means closer that Charin is to death.
And we can't let that happen. Charin is my best friend.
Wakanga looks at you, Billy, and kind of has a moment where he knows what you're saying, and he agrees. I will do this. And he takes Charin from you, Pip, kind of holding him up by one shoulder, and he says, I have dealt with those afflicted by the death curse before. Perhaps you will be luckier than Sindra Sylvain. Charin, meanwhile, sorry, Pip. Charin, meanwhile, is just still shock, and the lightning that was coming from the soul gem has subsided into an occasional flash, like lightning behind clouds.
Yeah, Wakanga, if there's anything we can do for you other than we owe you, is what I'm trying to. I owe you. You've helped us so much. I can't thank you enough. Please take care of him, and you can actually, if you really need us, if there's anything we can do, you can actually probably reach me through Charin. I can't quite explain it to you, but there's something deeper going on in Wakanga, and either way, we're gonna figure it out.
Pip, he just gave us a sending stone.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't think about that, but that works too. That works
You got
too.
the spirit in you, but yes, we shall continue to communicate with Wakanga and be reassured of the safety of these people.
If you wish to thank me, do as you have already promised. End this curse.
On my honor.
Did you promise this nice man that we were going to end the curse?
We may have made some oaths and implications to that end, yes.
Okay.
Is anyone following Chumba? Okay.
Yeah, I think if Wakanga's got this handled, we've got bigger fish to fry.
Okay. Are you guys going to stay where you are a bit or head immediately towards the forest?
AFK would follow Captain Drill. So
Speak up.
Wherever Captain Julian's.
Okay.
Rashar casts his hand around the room. To the forest, then, little ones?
Aye, to the forest.
Lead the way, buddy.
Yay! Huge lumbering stalks of legs and arms start going towards that direction where he never stopped pointing.
Oh, you might. It's actually technically jungle, not forest, but that's just semantics, isn't it?
Shut up, nerd.
You just hear him in the distance as he's going ahead of you. Forest.
And we'll do a small fade to black as you say those things, and we'll take a little break right now. And when we come back, you guys will be exiting the sewers and entering the jungles of Chult. So we'll take a 15-minute break here and see what you guys do next. See you in a minute.
Oh.
All right, so you guys are exiting, or you can see a trap door to exit the sewers right at Old Town, right outside of the city. There's gates for the city, and then Old Town itself is built around the city walls. So you are underground, a trap door right above you that leads to where you would like to go. You guys are all gathered. You've been traveling for a few minutes in these sewers. What would you like to say or do?
Did Parashar walk out?
It's up to you guys, but you can see the door right in front of you. Musharib, Chompy, and Neat are with you.
Did it open? Unlocked? Can I see light on the other side?
You can see where it would where it can be opened.
Parashar is definitely going to try and open that.
As you open the trap door, you get a glimpse of the gray Shadowfell landscape outside. You can see the gates of Old Town are still open, and the streets are bare, and you can hear in the distance behind you a footstep and a
Oh, there's trees on the other side of this door, right?
There is a shanty town right outside this door, and across from that shanty town, you can see the line of the jungle.
Yeah, if the trees are making that noise, we're in real trouble.
No, the noise is coming from behind you, further from where you came from the city.
I think
Far
that's
across-
Fanthalza and her
How far-
weird zombie dino.
It sounds much, much bigger. The stomps of a T-Rex do not shake the city. They would shake the immediate vicinity. These stomps are much bigger.
Oh dear.
Parashar motions to everybody. Quickly to the trees.
Hey,
Don't be
and then
scared, Chompy.
yeah, we should find cover as wherever we can. So let's move on in. Mushari, you know which way we should probably head?
To the jungle?
All right, buddy.
A huge arm swings and points straight at this person.
So Mushari moves to the front with his walking staff / obsidian spear, and he peers around from the trapdoor and looks to where you guys came from, and then he looks back at you all with a face of horror.
Meanwhile, Parashar has walked about 5 steps, and he looks unusually giddy, like there's a skip in his step.
So yeah, as Pashar is standing outside, Musharib moves back inside. There's something
Parashar walks a little. There's something out there. Parashar walks a little bit further, and he's motioning to everybody. Come, come, come. That's the motion he's making.
Pashar,
he's
make
pointing
a
to the
stealth
forest.
check.
Rolling.
Shit.
Yep. Yeah, never mind. Pashar, you can see as you go back to wave at everyone, you can see a silhouette of something bigger than the city. It's like Godzilla size. It's gargantuan. It's kaiju size. And it has 12 appendages sticking out from its base. And each one of them is moving.
Parashar, get the fuck over here.
The rest of you don't see it.
Okay,
Oh,
so he did not have to roll a
kaiju.
perception check for that?
No, you don't have to make a check for that. This
Are
thing
you sure?
is,
Because Parashar is very distracted right now. Extremely.
even so, you see a giant silhouette of something with 12 heads, arms, and it's towering over the city.
He thinks it's a cloud. Continues to motion.
So the rest of you can act. You can see Pashar waving at you guys, and Musharib is like pissing himself.
For sure, get over here.
Parshar's even smiling like gleefully, still pointing at the forest, never stopped.
Hey, goofball, get the fuck over here.
I'm gonna slap him in the face.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on him.
I think that's touch.
Oh, damn it.
I think Julian's gonna cast a run over, grab him, and carry him back.
He weighs 350
skill.
pounds.
350 pounds?
Yar.
Julian can probably do it.
Yeah, Julian's got some crazy strength. More importantly, I'd like you to roll a stealth check.
Me again?
Julian.
Oh, man. That was average.
Fuck.
Julian, as you step out, you are able to make out in the distance. Its form is multiple stories tall and wide. It geographically takes up the space of about 6 of the city. It occupies an entire city block. You see this.
Well, shit, if there's kaiju, I sure hope that means we get Jaegers later. But holy shit.
I wouldn't count on it. We got Devin. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get.
Were you guys able to see, did an image pop up?
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, I didn't look.
Hydra.
Let me see. Oh,
I
there
wish
it is.
I hadn't, frankly.
Yep, that's a pretty looking cloud.
This one that you see, Julian, has 12 heads. And each head is the size of a T-Rex. You drag Pashar back to the trap door, and just when you do, you think you catch eyes with one of the heads as it peers in your guys' direction.
Well, I doubt I can spiralize that Hydra like I spiralized that T-Rex, so... Maybe we head back into the sewer.
Yeah, I think we've got to find another exit.
But forest.
Parashar,
Julian
buddy?
is going to take the back of our slothy friend's head and point it in the direction of Hydra and say, "But Hydra."
Musharib speaks up. Perhaps we can sneak past it?
Yeah, I think some of us might be able to sneak past it, Mushri, but I don't think all of us are getting past it. There's too many.
I think I have a solution for this. And a bunch of little orbs pop out of the back of the snake. And each one of them is a spell of stored invisibility.
That seems like a useful solution.
Yeah, that'll do. Shit.
Literally. Get it? Solution? Huh?
Oh, very clever, Captain.
First made material.
Musharib smiles and realizes he's pissed himself now that he's come to his senses.
I wish I had some kind of magic to dry you off, buddy, but we're not going to judge you.
You've got my tongue.
Presentation can clean a soiled thing, I think. AFK doesn't, but thinks about it.
I'm picturing Bluegill Billy saying, "You've got my tongue," in the manner of, "You've got my axe and my bow."
That's pretty much what I was intending.
Well, excellent. I caught your reference.
Musharib says, "No, thank you."
So
Yeah,
how
that's
many
pretty
people do we
personal
have?
area.
I don't care.
There's a lot of us, so
Yeah, how many invisibilities you got?
I have 8 stored spells of invisibility.
Musharib raises his hand. Me first.
That is exactly enough for the party and Musharib, so.
Perfect. I will go down to 0.
what about an eat?
And she does pipe in, "I am not staying behind."
And Chompy?
That's fine. Chompy can. Is it Chompy or who's in the flask?
Devin.
Devin's in the flask.
Devin's in the flask.
Devin is not a stealthy dino by any stretch. Chompy
Neither is
probably.
Chompy.
Yeah, but if we, relatively speaking.
Well, buddy, you're about to find out.
Oh, we're about to
Very
find
least,
out.
I can. I will.
Who is
Go
good
ahead
at
and-
stealthing? Because maybe you just don't need to be invisible right now.
Well, what I can do is have everybody use the stored invisibility, and then I'll go ahead and hop inside the bag of holding, inside the snake, and just have a snake around the jungle.
Or AFK could cast invisibility on herself.
I could do that too.
Isn't there a sphere of invisibility spell, or am I mistaken about that? Like an
None of
area
us have it.
invisibility spell?
If there is, it's not on my spell list.
I think it's like a wall, but either way, none of us
should
have
really
it.
learn how to memorize better spells. What the hell?
You're gonna call AFK out, better call me out, buddy.
Um,
I got one though. I got invisibility. AFK got. That means everybody's out. We're good. We just needed 2 more, right? For Chompy and for Anit.
That's about the size.
Undril is next to Lieutenant Rel, and she says, "I must go to Camp Righteous as well."
Oh, well, shit.
Okay,
I
so
can
that
I can give you.
Do we need 1 more or 2 more invisibilities?
1.
Okay, then AFK can invisible herself.
You're the spellcaster. You do it. You're gonna have to invisible 2 if you can.
Okay. Yeah, it's just that I'm pretty sure, I can't look at it, but I'm pretty sure casting it to a 4th level spell, it makes it an additional target. I can't look at it right now, though.
Here, I got invisibility on my sheet, so I can look at that for you. I assume we have the same invisibility spell.
Most
Yeah,
likely.
I'm looking at invisibility too. It's got a duration of an hour. Yeah, for each time each spell slot you use of 3rd level or higher, you can target 1 additional creature for each spell slot above 2nd. So 4th level spell, you can target 3 people with it.
Yes, yep.
So any of you casting 5th level or higher, make sure you take a point of exhaustion.
Firefighters? I don't know. Oh, Oxbench, probably. Now I think about it.
Oh, let's hope not. Block the roads for drivers.
Sorry about that.
So we've got 8 invisibility potions. That takes care of the party plus Musharib, and then we need 2 more, yes?
Yeah, we just cast it. It's fine.
Yep, so 3rd level invisibility. And after that, I believe we can proceed unnoticed for the next hour.
Lieutenant.
Did AFK cast that?
Yep. I can jump into your sheet and do that for you, buddy.
Thank you.
And for Lieutenant Rel, using 8 invisibilities, does that expend like a 5th level? Just for my own knowledge, does that expend a high level spell slot, or
Nope,
those are just used?
It's just a spell slot for one. It's 8 spell slots for one spell specifically, and I just happen to choose invisibility.
Okay, cool.
Good thinking.
I figured we're wandering through the jungle, so invisibility would probably be pretty nice.
So all of you are invisible. You have advantage on your stealth checks. Would you like to proceed to the exit?
Does Bashar know Pass Without a Trace?
Is it possible for him not to know it? Question mark as a ranger, level 11.
I don't know, man.
I'm trying to figure that out actually. It's not listed on my spells, but I don't know if I should have it and I didn't list it.
Sounds to me like we're ready to go.
Yeah, that's all I need. So everyone can roll a stealth check with advantage.
If one person can roll for me, I'd appreciate it.
I got your sheet.
All right, advantage. I only have to do once on roll 20. Either way, crit success.
And Sean, you can roll again, but with Lieutenant Rel. I got a Bjorn stealth check up there. Or is that just a typo or something?
No, that it's done as Bjorn, but it was on Lieutenant Rel's character sheet.
Okay.
Anybody rolling for a neat? Musharib, Chompy, Undril. I can do it.
Okay, thanks.
Would that just be a straight dex check for him?
Yeah, most people aren't trained in it.
All right, only the once. He got a 13. Chompy did.
Oh my god. I got a lot of sheets.
Oh god.
All of you except Pashar, Billy, and Julian are going to be spotted.
Oh shit.
We're invisible.
Pip got spotted. It didn't get spotted, right?
It hears you. It smells you. It senses your heat and fear. And as you guys are walking towards the exit, one head in the distance turns your way. 2 more.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're fucked, bud.
What do you guys do? It's a few city blocks away from you as these heads, 6 of them now, are pointed in your direction.
Nothing to do but run.
We run.
You guys-
we keep the non-combatants ahead of us. So if it does catch up, the party is the one that starts fighting first.
Char will yell,
playing, Cap.
"Break through the trees!" Very loudly, very booming and deep.
You guys start bolting. Go ahead.
Was that like when he didn't realize we'd been spotted? Bolt for the trees!
I'm pretty sure he doesn't realize we're doing anything with invisibility stealth, and he doesn't recognize the existence of the big creature behind us yet.
Fair enough.
Question.
Yep.
Actually, no, I can't think of anything to do. Okay.
You guys start running, and you immediately pass the gates to Old Town. So you're now surrounded by the shanty village that occupies this side of Nyanzaru. It's mostly deserted. There are some creatures left behind. You can see like some dinosaurs and alley cats, etc. As you guys go running through Old Town, you're able to just reach the edge of the jungle as the Hydra gallops, trampling on buildings in your direction, and stops at the gates of the city, snapping its 12 heads.
Wait, the gate stopped it?
It stopped itself. It's like standing at the gates, one claw on it, yelling and snapping its jaws in your guys' direction.
Arshar will be like, now recognizing the existence of the giant creature, his eyes went wide a little bit, and he's like, I told you, the trees.
He may
connects.
have a point about the trees.
Parsha, we're gonna have a long talk later.
You do realize, Pip, talking about Pashar, it's going to be a long conversation no matter what.
I'm gonna be doing all the talking, don't worry.
And I'm gonna slap him.
Smash cut to further into the jungle. You guys have been running, trying to make your way through. There's no trails, and you've made a safe distance into the jungle. What did you want to say?
Arshar will pause for a moment. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, Pashar could pause first.
He's going to do his 1 minute meld with the forest to sense for creatures and features of the forest. What feature is that? That's the Natural Explorer? No, where is that ability? Primeval Awareness. I spend an action and a spell slot to focus awareness on the region around me for 1 minute. Per level of the spell, I can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile, or up to 6 miles. If I'm in my I'm in favored terrain. So
yep,
I believe I am. So I would be able to sense within 6 miles any creatures that are aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
No, I believe it just said that you get to choose one, right? You can sense whether the following types of creatures. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. You sense.
And I don't know where they are. I don't even know how many. I just can sense them in a direction. Okay. That's it.
So you guys get to a spot, and you can see Pip and Billy. You guys have something on your mind to tell Pashar, and as you go to speak to him, he's like in a meditative state. He looks like a tree, I'd imagine.
Very much so. The tree with a face. That's it.
And his eyes are white. So Pashar begins to use primeval awareness. You guys let him finish?
Do we know anything?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Creature?
I've never seen this before, at least in recent memory. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let him do his freaky little thing.
Should I slap him in the face?
I would hold off for the moment. He might not notice because he's a tree.
Oh, yeah.
So a minute passes. Your primeval awareness is completed. Make sure you expend your spell slot for that. And
Roger.
within 6 miles of you, you can sense aberrations, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
So Parshar's eyes will grow dark as they come out of the foggy haze, and they'll almost become sunken and a little bit scared, and the pupils will shrink, and he'll look around at what he can feel the direction of those things are. And he will say to everybody in his low, hushed, deep voice, "There be danger in this forest."
Helpful.
This forest is not our friend.
Thank you, Bashar. We got it the first time.
It has sickness. Big, scary sickness.
Well, thanks for checking.
Glad we followed your original advice to run with all haste to the forest. Really helpful.
Mm-hmm. Glad I could help.
Yeah, about that. Buddy, you might want to stick better together with the group, just because that could have been handled slightly better. Just in my critical opinion.
He's looking right at you, almost through you, like he sees you, but he's looking at the ground behind you, and his mouth is a little bit more slack than usual, and you see a lot of drool, kind of extra drool, come out of his open maw on the right side, where it looks like he's kind of got like a seizure left over, like a paralytic face. So extra drool.
I'm gonna have to get a leash for you, ain't I?
He scratches the back of his head.
Is he like
Yeah, I'm
Devin's
gonna get a
second
leash
cousin?
for him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think Devin might have a couple couple steps on him, really. I'm not entirely sure. It's a new. I'm just getting acquainted with you, my friend. So we barely know each other. So yeah, we'll get there though. You are certainly unlike most people I have ever met. In that you are part tree, I assume, or something like that. Either way,
I'm not a tree. I'm a bugbear.
oh,
See the
okay.
fur? And then you see on his arms there is a little bit of fur left over from the bugbear that he used to be. And most of it has fallen off and been replaced by bark, but there is some fur like kind of poking through.
Do you like scratches on your fur, little boy? Little buddy, huh? Little scratcher?
His foot does thump.
Oh, you're all right, yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get you a leash, boy.
So for those areas that are those creatures, I will know to avoid them, and I will try to direct the group to avoid them if we start to head directly towards those groups.
I don't think it states that you can sense their direction. You can just sense within 6 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does it say exactly?
As an experienced ranger, I can assure you our DM is right on.
Yeah, it just shows that there
Yep. No
is
location
not-
or number.
yeah.
But we know to be very careful.
Yep.
That's
they're
helpful.
around us. Yep. It just sends them. That's it. I just know they're here. The end. Okay.
Keep on guard.
Yeah, Captain.
Archer will
Yeah.
continue to monologue a little bit without anybody else's input about them, and he will list them so everybody knows what they are. So he'll just be like, "Yep, undead," and then he just goes through the list.
Yeah. You sense all of those except angels and dragons.
So he's just goes through the list.
Musharib approaches you, Pip. Do we
Hey.
have a plan?
Well, we had a plan. I think we are trying to refigure out where we are headed. Gentlemen, if we're at least safe for this moment, I think we ought to figure out where our next step was. We are headed to Balwarian, yes?
That
Musharib,
was
are
the
we on
plan.
track? Are we on track to hit Balwarian, or do we need to change direction here? I know we had to just get the hell out of Nyanzaru.
Musharib, who among the Ironhearts was carrying a map of Chult? Because Musharib asks for a map. I will need a map.
I can't look, but I would think that that AFK would have a bunch of maps.
She is the navigator of the messenger. But
This is
that particular map.
This is the specific map that Wakanga gave to the Ironhearts.
Oh.
So which of you goobers put it in your inventory? Because I sure didn't.
Someone will have to look for me real quick.
I think I might have it. Or
I don't think we picked a person to be the one holding it.
Okay.
So retconning, we could
who is it?
just decide now.
Maybe you guys can decide now. Exactly.
I would argue that AFK would be the most logical choice, given that she is the navigatrix, if you will, of the group.
I concur.
No complaints here.
Yeah, she'll unroll it.
So Musharib takes the map from you, AFK, and you guys can see where he's pointing where you are. Right where I'm pinging.
Yep.
And you can see
right
Fort Bulwarian up there.
So we are kind of far from Bulwarian to make on foot. We're miles away, really.
As you're looking at the map, you can sense Charin informing you of where the lost city is, and I'm pinging it right now.
Yeah. So here's the thing, buds, is we could head to Bulwarian, but we're going the opposite direction to go to the tomb to end the death curse, and that's our end goal. Heading south from here, maybe even catching the rivers nearby, might be our best bet. Instead
Are
of
you
going
the kind
around,
of person that plays Skyrim and does the main story quests instead of doing every side quest he can get his hands on?
Well, buddy, I know what I do know is closer than anything is this mine right here, and I ping it. I show you guys on the map. Now, I have this inexplicable memory of being a birdman and named Charin, our old friend Charin, or new friend, I guess. New to some, old to other. It doesn't matter. Anyway, point is, this goddamn mine over here. Now, they're friendly to Charin and Billy. You were there, yeah?
Yeah, I was there.
Well, shit. Maybe we head there first, at least hole up for a moment, but I mean, that's going to take several days in and of itself. So our best bet might be...
Sorry, finish.
Oh, well, our best bet might be head south. Just start heading into the jungle and beelining for that, I mean, the jungle. There's so many things that we can do south of
Well,
here.
if the river
Alorian,
Shoshenstar is deep enough, we can take out the messenger and make our way along the river for as long as it can take us.
Undril points at the map at Camp Righteous. I must go there. And
How
your
convenient.
ship will not fit through the waterways of Chult. The river gets shallow, sometimes multiple arms make it difficult to navigate with a ship that size. Point of order, Captain Julian.
Arr.
Any of your crew along with you guys, or did you leave them behind?
Yeah, what about all those people we were shepherding?
I think the crew probably stayed with the captain. If I had to guess.
yeah,
Although
we
that begs the
definitely.
question, like, did we make them invisible?
It
Is
doesn't
that why
matter.
we-
We failed the fucking stealth check.
Yeah. There we go. Goddamn unstealthy crew.
Yeah, they got us fucked, man. It was their fault. Fucking Noma Red Zeppi over here.
Oh, and not all of them may have made it. I'll do some retro rolls for them.
No,
if
Noma
you're
has to
taking
be
them with
alive.
you.
He's the best cook in the 7 Seas. Come on.
So they're going with you?
I
Would you
mean,
want-
Presumably.
I was gonna say, would you want your non-combat crew to go with you or to stay in the tunnels as a captain? Because it's not like you took your entire crew, into, I'm assuming like, dangerous parts of like attacking the castle and stuff.
yeah, and check it out. They would be with
Understood.
Wakanga and Charin. Sorry, Shane.
No worries. I figure it's Ryan's, decision what the crew would do.
No, I'm absolutely with you. It would. I was just pointing out. It would also give Charin and Wakanga a little backup in case that the shit went sideways with the Thieves Guild. If they
That's
stayed.
true. That's true. Maybe we leave him with it because that Thieves Guild is awfully untrustworthy, and it's not like just thinking Wakanga is gonna take them all on himself. So I think the able-bodied members of the crew of the Messenger may have been left behind to take care of civilians.
That's fine by me. And then just as a devil's advocate, so to speak, keep in mind if you do unbottle your ship, you do need to have a skeleton crew to operate it.
Seems like we've got 11 people right here.
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how skeleton are we talking?
And if I'm not mistaken, we also have Wakanga's canoe in an old one of our old bags of holding.
The canoe doesn't fit in a bag of holding.
Oh,
It's too wide
well.
to. So you have, unless you've told me otherwise, none of you were carrying any canoes. And I don't think I'm gonna retro that one. Maybe Billy. I think Billy had Wakanga's canoe.
Yeah, I have the canoe.
Just strapped
were-
to your back?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's and Bluegill Billy is like the size of a gnome, but he has the strength of a Goliath. So he's like this little Danzig holding this giant canoe over him while saddled onto Chompy.
So you're saying he's more a canoe than Frog?
Yeah, he's more a canoe and dinosaur than actual person.
More canoe now than man. Twisted and evil.
And Devin's kind of canoe. Devin's kind of a canoe.
The messenger can become a canoe.
Harsha will chime in that canoes
Forgot about
are dead trees. Dead.
Are you? It's very
Good
true.
job, Bashar. I'm going to put down on my list here, I'm going to give you a gold star.
So
All right, so
I don't know if
you're-
you actually put a gold star on him, but again, totally blank faced, seeing through you, and drool escaping from open maw on the right side.
Cute. Adorable.
So, final answer is the Dark Messenger crew staying in Nyanzaru.
Correct, Moon.
Oh, I was going to ask, do we need to pick up any supplies? It's not like, I don't think the Tomb of Annihilation is going to have a bed and breakfast right outside of it, you know?
Yeah, but I don't think much is for sale in Nyanzaru right now, so we'll probably have to wait until we get further down the river before we have our shopping montage.
Aye, aye, Captain.
All right. Well, so we got enough canoes. It sounds like shit. Let's get to the river.
Well, you have one canoe that Billy's carrying, and the Dark Messenger canoe isn't.
Holds one person.
Yep.
According
And then we
to-
got Devin.
And then we got Devin. Can we caulk Devin and use him and float him along the river, Old Oregon Trail style?
I mean, he's just tall enough that he would probably reach the bottom in most places, and I think he can swim. He just swam in the ocean, so we did prove he can swim.
He's a big, brave boy.
He's a big, brave boy. I love him.
Zach, I just want to let you know, I am in a favored terrain, so I am alert to danger. Also, the team cannot be slowed by difficult terrain, and we can't get lost other than magical means.
That's helpful.
Very helpful.
Fuck you.
Oh,
letting you know.
Zach had
Yeah, thanks for going, Ranger,
bad
buddy.
stuff that was gonna befall us.
Anything
Look at that
green
face!
is my domain.
Sounds like we're
That's
about to get
pissed.
magical interference.
A piano falls from the sky. Okay. Well,
Looks like we're not
unless-
getting lost.
you can sense that the jungle contains elements of magic in it, but you'll be able to tell when you're at a point where you could potentially become lost. So I will let you know when that ability is not active. You'll be able to sense it.
Roger, Roger.
You have this passive ability to not become lost unless by magic, so I'll let you know when that passive ability is being effective. Because there are parts of the jungle that are magic.
Check.
From behind you guys, you hear rustling in the trees. Something's approaching.
What was that?
I
noise?
prepare. I guess I prepare for a fight.
Yeah, Ravenwing is drawn. Julian doesn't trust this whole land shit. And he had a bad enough time in the jungles of the Feywilds that little bit of PTSD's coming back.
AFK will probably run behind the captain.
So Pip starts. I'm gonna do vicious mockery. Pip starts yelling at the source of the sound. Motherfucker, you get the fuck away from us! You don't know who the fuck you're messing with. We got a long fucking day. Get up!
Pip,
Does it?
you seem to be scuttling your chances at first mate with talk like that. Maybe have some decorum.
You may feel after you make that comment, AFK fist pump the air and go, yes.
I'm just checking something on that spell. I want to make
Oh,
sure
it's
you
C.
can actually. Yeah. So,
Okay, so yeah.
I will allow you to keep casting the spell like that, but it's not 100% if you'll actually hit your target. So why don't you just roll a d20?
And for all you know, you're viciously mocking a raccoon.
Don't make Bashar angry. You're gonna if you viciously mock the trees.
No, I don't. Hopefully not. I don't want that.
Does he speak for the trees?
No, but he might be able to speak to the trees.
And a little bit to the right of where you're yelling, Pip, emerging from the jungle brush immediately into your vicinity, you guys see a sailor. It's Kid, Red Zeppy's apprentice in the from the Dark Messenger.
Kid, what are you doing in here?
He's got blood on him from where he's run into tree leaves. He's holding a dagger. And Captain, I couldn't leave you behind.
Kid, that makes you... I mean, we're practically a fellowship.
You've got a good heart. I don't appreciate you disobeying me orders, but you can come along. It's a little too late to send you back now.
Yeah, sorry if I scared you there, buddy. I was scared myself, if I'm telling you the truth.
You mocked him pretty hard, Pip. Viciously, even.
That's
Captain.
fair.
Captain, what happened to Claudius?
He was a victim of the horrible lightning that afflicted Nyanzaru as we made good our escape.
I know. I saw what happened to him.
I'm afraid we don't know at this juncture, but I believe it's safe to assume he's extremely dead.
Well,
he has ceased to be.
Oh, okay, Captain. You got it.
Perhaps any of our group who is a little bit more familiar with the arcane, which Julian knows about as well as he knows, land.
Sobriety.
Tact, sobriety.
Captain, I'm like...
Has an alternative explanation.
That I don't know what happened to him. But he might be alive.
AFK and anyone with Arcana or Religion can make a check.
Can someone roll?
I was just going to ask.
I'll roll for you while they're checking their skills.
Thank you.
Yep. Anyone else making a roll, or is that it? Pip can always, anytime I inquire if anyone has, Pip can always roll because he has Jack of all trades.
Oh, I did.
So okay.
I have Arcana too.
Oh, there it is.
9. It was a garbage roll.
Okay, I didn't see that. So Pip, the answer eludes you, but Lieutenant Rel and AFK, you don't know the answer, but you can make an educated guess that all of the magic that you have seen come from the lightning and the ley lines changing the ground. It's all transmutation type magic, and teleportation magic. The Shadowfell is being teleported or transmuted into Midgard, centered around Chult. So you suspect that if anyone struck by lightning is alive, they have likely been teleported or transformed in some way.
That AFK would say if they survived, they might be alive in the Shadow Realm.
You're saying if they survived, they might have survived?
Yes, yes. I feel like we're on the same level now, Captain. You're like on that same wavelength.
No, that might be good. I'll send word to Dagon and see if he might be able to help anyone who might end up there. He might even have way in. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, maybe he could help us out with that, or at least tell us if they're alive. But that might take a minute, so and by a minute I mean a very long time. I don't know. But there's hope, is all I'm trying to say here, folks.
Again, I appreciate your relentless optimism. Especially AFK.
I know.
In the spite of considerable evidence to the contrary. Having seen a man stretched out like a rubber band, like a sail in full wind, and then evaporated, yes, sure he's fine.
Yeah, well, Captain, you went through the Feywilds. Do you remember what your trip was like?
Horrible.
Do you remember
top to bottom. There were werewolves and nightmares. I do not remember being stretched out paper thin. I just remember goddamn fairies. Everywhere, making bargains, trying to feed people things, hating iron, as they do.
It's okay. We're in the forest.
Yeah, he's right. He is right. We are in a forest. Anyway, Captain, where are we going?
We're following the river, going south to Camp Righteous, and hopefully not being eaten by the jungle along the way.
Do you think they got a good bed and breakfast in Camp Righteous?
I'm sure it's as good as any you'll find in the deep, uncharted jungles of Chult.
Undril speaks up.
That's so exotic. I can't wait.
Undril looks at you, AFK, and speaks up. Camp Righteous is in dire straits. I was sent weeks ago to bring aid. There may not be anyone there left, for all I know.
So that means that the bed and breakfast will be open. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate this information.
I feel like that magically compels everyone to like pinch the bridge of their nose and shake their heads a little bit.
Yeah, AFK, you're a funny one. Anyway, let's find that river. To the west?
To the west it is. Follow the sun as it dips through the sky.
And kids, stay close. Don't stay close to the captain. Wouldn't want anything to happen to you, bud.
Yeah, he's standing next to the captain, and he says, "Sorry for the background noise here, guys." And he says, "Perhaps a moment for Claudius."
Aye, a moment of silence for fallen crewmen.
For all those just snuffed out so quickly in Zachary.
Kid pulls out a small flask, pours a little out on the ground, and hands it to you, Julian.
He handed Julian, an alcoholic, a flask. Okay, wise decision. Julian takes a deep swig and nods his head somberly and toasts to his first mate.
And all those lost.
An incalculable harm has been done to the world this day. Gentlemen, we must do justice to all these people. All of those lost. Our adventure is just starting. But I promise you, if we stick together, we'll make it through this, the other side. You always gotta have faith, yay?
Relentless optimism, even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary.
Well, you see the face of the devil once or twice, and suddenly things don't shake you quite as much.
Archar will comment that the druids guide the forest.
Can I have Bjorn say something in this moment?
Bjorn, your guidance is invaluable.
Well, Lieutenant Rel is present. I'll allow it.
So you guys hear Bjorn's voice, like almost like a visage coming over Lieutenant Rel, and Bjorn just goes, "We will end this damn curse."
And it's not something that Lieutenant Rel was even conscious of or, activated that power. It just happens. Anit looks at the rest of.
Did it sound like Bjorn?
Mhm. Anit says, "It is not up faith. But what the hell do?" He's pointing at Lieutenant Rel. Who was? Oh no. Oh, my battery power is getting low. Should have just enough left though. So Anit says, "It is not optimism. It is faith." And then she looks at you, Lieutenant Rel, and she says, "What the hell? Who was that?"
And then AFK pops up. "Oh, that's Bjorn." And then with that silence, AFK shrugs. She goes, I don't know. I thought I only heard him, so I don't know."
He's a very nice bear man. Anyway, let's get to that river.
Aye, let's head west. Hopefully out of sight of that Hydra.
Further away, the better. Mind your step. There are all kinds of terrible things ahead of us, around us, near us. Parashar, thanks again.
Yep.
Musharib tugs on your shoulder, your arm, Pip.
What's up, buddy?
Perhaps we should choose a marching order.
Yeah, we need someone who ain't gonna get snuck in front. Who is that?
It's your bestest friend Pashar, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I can see them all.
All right, Pashar. Well, you lead the way, my friend.
I am like lightning.
Let's get a big in the front and a big in the back. So, who want to do the back end? Rail, Julian?
I think you're like lightning, Pashar.
Billy?
An extremely noticeably sloth-like smile slowly creeps over his face. Like straight out of Zootopia, the sloth from the DMV.
Lead on, Pashar.
Lead the way. You seem
Mush-
the most.
Sorry, Musharib pipes in, and the rest we just wing it, or
I'm in the middle with you, Musharib. We need strong people on the front and back. That's all I know.
I'll be at the front or towards the. No, put me in the back.
You and Chompy in the back. Got it, Billy.
Very well. I'll lead
should
the
we
way.
get Devin back out of
We
that
should get
Pokeball?
Devin out to carry our heavy load and, any of our non-combatant party members.
Devin, we choose you.
Opens the other flask that does not contain swiggable grog.
Devin pops out in front of you guys.
Oh, that sweet boy.
So spell it out for me, guys. What's your marching order? We got Pashar in the lead, followed by Devin the Triceratops.
Yep.
Julian's gonna follow along with Pashar.
Okay.
Just directly behind or to the side of.
Well, me and Musharib and Anit and probably Undrill are all gonna climb up of Devin.
Okay.
That'll probably put AFK in the middle.
Yeah, AFK probably belongs in the middle too. She's kind of squishy and does ranged stuff. So
yeah, she learned her lesson. She remembers.
Well, come on up on Devin. Devin will keep us safe.
Oh, okay. I don't know how much room is on Devin, but if there's room,
He a big boy. He'd fit all of us, I think.
And where's Lieutenant Rel?
Do we need more people at the front or the back?
We got two in the front and one in the back.
No, you got two in the back, AFK and Bluegill Billy.
I think AFK just climbed up Devin, right?
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
I don't know
My
if there's
bad.
room.
No? Okay.
No, he's Devin is like humongous, so he can carry one large or oh god, let me figure this out.
When it was just the five of us, we got Devin specifically because he would fit the entire party before parties were smashed. So I think that means 5 or 6.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So we got 5 on there right now with AFK. So I'll allow one more for at least for tonight's session. And I'll nail it down next time. But I do recall the whole party are pretty much being on him. So we've got AFK, Pip, Anit, Musharib, and Undril on the Triceratops. Bluegill Billy in the back. We got 2 up front, Julian and Pashar.
Okay. I'll go ahead and run point as well. Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. And this can always change, but for now, this is the set marching order. And that way, anytime you guys want to travel, you don't have to repeat your marching order. And we have the rest order already noted down. And you can also see for reference things that you guys have encountered or heard about the jungle in that Welcome to Chult handout. I think what's an emergency.
Everything's fine.
Oh, and Kid. Okay. Oh, bummer, because Discord changed. Pardon, technical difficulties. Thank you. I needed to put. Oh yeah, Kid is on the Triceratops.
Yeah, should probably bandage up any plant wounds he has.
Yeah, it's mostly cosmetic.
Yeah.
He's covered in mud and scrapes, bruises. I think it's switching back now.
Apologies.
Stand by. I will say, you guys are, since it's just me talking right now, that should be okay. Oh, cool. So I will say that the environment has changed and the climate is changing as well. You guys are used to the extreme, humid rainforest heat of Chult, and it is getting startlingly cold, icy cold, as you guys march your way further into the jungle. Did you say you guys are headed west?
Correct.
Okay.
To Camp Righteous, right?
Yes.
And so you're all on the Triceratops. You do see the mouth of the river ahead. So if you'd like to travel via water, how do you guys accomplish that?
Well, we only have the one canoe and the messenger in its canoe form. So we really could only hold like 3 people.
What question?
Yes.
Zach, I missed what you said about the river.
So you guys are approaching the river. Your canoe, your regular canoe, can hold 6 people. And your Dark Messenger canoe can hold 1 and is submersible. And Devin the Triceratops can move at a normal travel speed while swimming.
Are we crossing the river or are we going down the river?
If you would like to move more quickly, then you have to travel via canoe, like through the river. It's faster than trying to chop your way through the jungle or navigate the maze of jungle. It's faster to go via the river.
And if 5 people can fit on Devon, then I think we have a solution, because then 6 people in the canoe, Julian in the messenger, and then 5 riding atop Devon as he paddles his way down the river.
So for your marching order, I'm going to put a little note here. This one is by land. And then we'll put a little by canoe. Now, if you're traveling by canoe, Julian, since you're the one-man canoe, do you want to be the caboose or do you want to be in front of the other canoe? Or in front of Devon and have the other canoe in the back? You've got 2 canoes and a dinosaur. What's your marching order?
I think the large canoe should probably be in the back. And yeah, Julian will take point.
Well, the navigators are all going to be on Devon. What if Devon led the way?
I mean, we can certainly do that. Is there anybody tanky on it? I suppose it doesn't matter that much.
I mean, Devon's pretty tanky himself, but yeah.
So yeah, maybe Devon leads the way if we've got our navigators there, but yeah. Maybe AFK can update the map Chult.
That'd probably be something she would be like just doing all the time while riding.
Hey, Zach.
Yes.
As far as the canoe speed of 2 miles per hour, how does that translate in like a character speed?
I'll have to double check. I believe it is listed under the rowboat stats. Stand by.
Oh, thought occurs. With Parashar leading the way, no, it still would be faster to go through the river, I think. But it might be something we think about, because it is the jungle is Parashar's favorite terrain. Being on the river changes that, but I think the overall speed will still be faster.
Yeah, certainly if we're not having to hack our way through jungle and whatnot.
Well, I don't think we would if Parashar is leading the way.
No, that's
no. Oh yeah, you're not slowed by difficult terrain. Sorry for the background noise.
It's all good.
Sean, if you don't mind, there in the traversing Chult, you might see some listed speeds, and it talks about the distance traveled in a day while I try and find some rowboat speed.
Sure.
And additionally, Chompy has I believe he has a swim speed. No, he doesn't. Apologize.
That's right.
So that's not an option. Chompy would have to be on the canoe with Billy.
That's right. We had to save Chompy. We had him in the canoe earlier. Yeah. Good times.
Okay, I kind of got my answer.
All right, so I listed the marching order by canoe, and then the question of favored terrain. I need to look at what terrains are listed. Stand by. Unless you have that off the top of your head, Matt, of which terrains you could potentially name as a favorite terrain.
I only have the idea of what they are. I know swamp and I know forest are two of them. The one jungle, I don't know for sure.
All right. So it is it would be the same speed to go by canoe or jungle if you are not deterred by difficult terrain.
Well,
We
I
could
guess
walk.
we could, and it would be the same speed. So it looks like there's this. In a meta sense, do we see this skull on the map? Is that actually marked?
Yes.
Yeah, so we would know we don't want to go there, whatever that means. So
The skulls are known territory that's infested with undead, and the red skulls are known territory that's overrun with undead. They're like the red is super bad, large amounts of undead, and the black skulls are potentially undead.
Dope.
Would have been great to have a paladin in this party.
You can have one on
Whoopsie doodle.
demand.
That's right, we kind of do. We got Bjorn.
Anit looks at you, Lieutenant Rel, if you speak up and say we could have him by command. What do you mean?
I don't know how to describe it, but I am connected with him. And I feel I could pull his being to here if so needed.
Has it always been this way?
No, this is a today thing.
And she looks to the sky as the pink dot that was the sun is beginning to set, and she's lost in thought as she ponders what you said.
Well, I guess ultimately we want to avoid that undead territory. So maybe taking the river, at least until after that, is probably our best move for now. What do y'all think?
If anything, it might be wise to make camp and, rest for the evening.
I don't know. Musharib, do you think we have worse chances at night than in the daytime in this jungle?
Musharib looks around and then looks back at you. This jungle is not the same as I left it. And he takes he touches one of the trees, and when he puts his hand back up, it's like covered in black ink. I have never seen Chult like this. And he begins to shiver.
I hate to contradict you, Cap, but I think priority number one is move as fast as possible. And since we're already having to go slow to avoid all these monsters, essentially, for lack of a better word, in the jungle, we might want to just move as often as we can. And since we're, most of us, just fine, no real damage on us, I might want to just push on.
Pip, you've never marched through a jungle, have you?
Well, don't put it past me.
I
Very
have
well.
never marched in the jungle at night, but I feel this one, and he puts a hand on Pashar, changes things.
Very
And
well. We
hindered by
continue
difficult
onward.
terrain.
Is that what Pashar says? Just inexplicably, like, switches to really fast speed. Oh, nope. No worries about difficult terrain. Strange, Pashar. That's the most coherent thing we've gotten out of you thus far.
It's so fast, you
inexplicable,
don't
but we
even
believe
notice
you.
it. It just sounds like, yike!
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that
Yep.
sounds. Musharib's confidence is enough for me. Let's do the damn thing.
If we are depending on the tree man's abilities, we cannot travel by canoe. Mushar,
No, yeah.
Right. I guess Musharib doesn't actually know that. He doesn't know the extent of your abilities. So the voice of God tells you if you travel by canoe, Pashar's abilities are not activated because that is a swamp terrain.
Yeah. Yep.
I
So
prefer not to go in the death boats.
well, we might have to at some point in the future, but so just prepare for that. But I think for now, at least this evening, we follow you through the jungle. I think that's our best bet right now.
I shall protect my little forestlings.
Thanks, Parashar.
Anit steps in a way that she can be seen by all of you, and she calls for your attention. This Chult has never been like this before, but I see a pattern. And she points at the, she requests to see the map from AFK. Please, for a moment.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And you guys can see where I have, you should be able to see different colored circles over the map now. Blue, or I'm sorry, purple at the top, a yellow circle, like a big aura. Do you guys see those?
I see light blue ones.
Yeah, the light blue to the west or the
Yeah,
left.
I see that.
Yeah.
Light blue to the west, north, and the ocean. Yeah.
So she gestures on the map, and where she's gesturing, you can see like a small magic trace around her finger. She actually draws these circles onto your map and colors them in the exact way that you can see. This terrain is Midgard. To the north, the domain of ice and the bleak expanse. To the west, the realms of air and water meet Midgard. The eternal waterfall, and the cities in the sky that live there border the plains of pure air and water. To the east, the realms of earth and energy meet Midgard and the dragon's empires there. To the south, where we are, in the Southlands, it is known that the plane of fire borders the edge of the jungle Chult at its further southmost distance. Chult has become a microcosm of our cosmos, and I don't know what that means. But this, and she puts her hand on a wet tree, puts it back to show the water and black ink there, does not spell well for our weather, for our terrain. This is not a jungle anymore, not the one that we know.
That's well, that's a lot of food to chew on with my mind brain teeth.
A little ominous.
Are you saying that it's gonna rain ink?
I'm saying, I think Nyanzaru and here, and she traces out the purple colored circle, will become a realm of ice.
Oh. Okay.
And she circles out the red day at the south. This, a realm of fire.
All right.
Well, that sounds ominous. Perhaps we make our way back down to Camp Righteous and regroup as we try to cope with all this awful climate change brought on by...
Musharib stands next to you, Julian, and looks to Anit. You mean it's going to get colder? And he's literally wearing only a loincloth. And he's just shivering, and his teeth are chattering.
We might be able to get you some clothes.
I don't know if Parashar is actually wearing clothes or not.
I don't know if that'll matter for you.
He's got a fig leaf.
We'll go with that. Scale mail and a fig leaf.
Gotta cover the junk. That's a must.
Anit takes one of her robes and hands it to Musharib. Undril hands him her bedroll, kind of drapes it over him. Let's go. So Pashar takes the lead. You guys get in your marching order. Devin in the middle. The night sky around you as icicles begin to form on the tree limbs around you. And greenery begins to die out. Is there anything you'd like to say as we end our session tonight?
Greenery dies out and Parashar is traveling. It looks as though he's traveling into a furnace. He's like gasping. He's like wanting water. It seems like, or he seems to be lacking in that area, and he's suffering now.
So it's only going to be a jungle and favored terrain. You don't know how much longer. Doesn't look like long. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Huzzah!
And thank you so much. If you've stuck around this long and been listening, we really, really appreciate it, especially our first go round here. We'll get better as we go. Again, I am Zach, the GM for these campaigns that I've smashed together for our Tomb of Annihilation. You can find more information about me at the Nerdcrafty website and even commission me for a game. I'd love the opportunity. And if you have any feedback for us or contributions or in any way want to interact, we look forward to it. And you can email us at IronheartS@nerdcrafty.com. Thanks everyone for being here. Weston, who are you?
I'm Weston Lee Ball, actor, artist, musician. I have commissions available for character portraits, for dog portraits, for whatever you want. I got it. I'm very available for work. Let me know. We also have Ignore the Bird, Follow the River out on Nerdcrafty, as well as a bunch of other great content. Please check out nerdcrafty.com. Check out all the great stuff there.
Where's your art, Weston?
Oh, you can find my art at Instagram and on TikTok at Lava Submersible. Lava_submersible. Sean, you want to take it from here, buddy?
I'm Sean, and I was playing Tenorel and Bjorn, and I don't really have any socials plugs, so take it away, Shane.
This
Hey, this is Shane. Sorry about that. This is Shane. I was playing AFK. My handle's Bio Outbreak. And Ryan, please take it from me.
Hey, Ryan Hart. I am a mysterious benefactor, a romantic, and just a all-around great fella. You can find me on Twitter at ApathyJedi, and Twitch. You can also find me there. You'll find some old recordings of me being bad at video games. And Ronnie, what do you got?
My name's Ronnie, and I played Bluegill Billy, and I'm an artist. I have a page called MS Paint Trash, and it's on Instagram and Facebook. And you could follow me if you want to.
All right, and my name is Matt, and I played Parashar, the slow-talking bugbear tree-infected character, and I just can't wait for next time.
Woo!
Yeehaw.
Again, thank you everybody for joining us on this great experiment. It is a true pleasure, and we look forward to a couple weeks from now seeing you again. And we're gonna hopefully be live that time around. So if you'd like to interact with the game and chat, we'll be ready for that. Have a good night, everybody.